I was just surprised that he was not taking care of himself physically. Like, he wasn't in shape, which I like. Okay, you're not going to be a hardcore bodybuilder all your life, but surely if you're used to training and going to the gym, that's just something you're going to always do, I would assume.
Not to talk about negative things. Remember one day I was walking to Gold's Gym, and Mike's in the gutter laying there like a drunken guy. I'm like, oh my God, Mike. He didn't hear me. Then he walked in when we were training and warming up, taking his pictures off the walls. I said to my training partner, Tony, if I ever get like that, keep the pictures stay on the wall, okay? Don't let me. I was sort of making a joke, but I felt so sad for Mike. Like, you know, and then he sort of got a little better, and he's like, he'd be sitting outside smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, always between his clients. He'd train a client, come outside and smoke a cigarette.
And, you know, as much as it was funny, and I laughed at him, like, I was worried about him. Like, wow, Mike, you know, he was the guy that, you know, he's intellectual, the guy that was the scientist. He had a great mind. I'm like, what a great bodybuilder. That's the way we should be, you know. The epitome of what a bodybuilder is all about. You know, we all have issues, and unfortunately, Mike and his brother both passed away very quickly there.
Second cigarette, please. I don't have $200 an hour pay if we get late.
They're the ones who are disgusting.
No, Mike, you're smoking for 20 minutes, man. Come on.
20 minutes. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. Yeah.
How many hours a day do you have to work to develop a physique like that?
Well, most bodybuilders train at least 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, but I only train a total of 3 hours a week.
Okay, what do you do during those hours?
Train very hard.
Intense training is purposeful behavior aimed at the goal of increasing muscular size and strength. In order to train as hard as possible, you must retain a clear image of your purpose. Once your goal is sharply but realistically defined, all that remains is carrying out your plan. Don't, however, worry about your individual potential. Potential is only the expression of a possibility, something that can be assessed accurately only in retrospect. In other words, you'll never know how good you might have become unless you try. So let's get with it.
May he rest in peace. Mike was a great guy. Mike was very good to me. Mike Mentzer. He'd say, Tom, here before the 81 Olympia, here's the keys to my condo in Palm Springs. Go get some sun. Whatever you need, man, you know. He was very helpful to all the guys. Mike was especially helpful, but I think what Mike carried was the bitterness of losing to Arnold. To him, it was not subjective. It was not a subjective sport.
And I get sick and tired of hearing people bring up the idea that, well, bodybuilding is subjective. So who are you to say that concepts are fixed? That is not true. Anything that exists in reality can be viewed, judged objectively.
It's a subjective sport, we all know.
Yeah. I just wish that Mike could have said, all right, Arnold, congratulations, 81. I'm like, I had the option. Split second decision. Should I punch Franco in the face? Should I walk off stage with the rest of the guys? Should I congratulate him? For some reason, God put it in my head. Go over and say, congratulate Franco. I think if Mike would have said, Arnold, I don't know how the fuck he did it, man, but hey, great job. I'll see you next year. And Mike would have been Mr. Olympia.
There are objective criteria for judging bodybuilders. It's interesting, at the 1980 Olympia, the only people who saw Arnold as the winner were the 7 judges and his closest friends.